Hey folks, this is Wistful Deal here, and happy Hooves and Hearts Day, or in actual human term, and what it's actually called, Valentine's Day, right? The day of love, so called, or whatever. I want to make this video here, folks, to discuss and get my thoughts on what I feel on this day, and I have this kind of point of view idea of it that I think overall helps make it less harsh and more healing, and at least has a more better outlook on this holiday instead of being mopey and sad because you're single. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Excuse me. I'm not gonna lie. I am still currently single. I'm 25 years old, single. I did have one girlfriend that I decided to dump. Her name was Kayla and everything. I already gave my story and thoughts on all of the events that happens there and everything. If you're curious to know more on it, I'll have a link down in the description below so you folks can get on the background of that story and everything. But basically, as a quick summary here, I met a girl, my age, of course, around my age, during a post high school or whatever that I was at, because I'm special needs, autism. They throw a bunch of shit at you because you're different. But anyway, so I met this girl here. She was cute. She still is nice and everything, and things ended up not working out so much, and it was more so on her end and everything. And despite everything that she's done and everything, I don't hold grudge. I don't hold a grudge on her or anything. I still wish her the best and everything. Do I still extremely dislike her? I do. Very much do. And do I wish death upon her or anything? Her killed or whatever? No, not at all. But you know, I don't really hate her. It's just more on I really dislike her and I'm just super disappointed in her. And I really felt like personally looking back on that arc of my life, that whole chapter and everything, right? I really feel like that I felt like that she didn't really know what she was really getting into and didn't fully understood what ship we were actually quite on, and yeah, she's probably graduated by now and everything. She's probably set for life now and everything. She's. But I heard something. But anyway, she's only like 2 years younger than me and everything. So yeah, for that all the way and everything. It still sucks being single on Valentine's Day and everything. Don't get me wrong. It really does. I still long for love and everything personally. It would really be nice and everything, but you have to get out there. You have to meet people, meet new friends and everything. And for the past last year and this year here, I've really been trying my damnest to be a lot more sociable because in truth I'm extremely introverted, like way too damn introverted. I'm so introverted that I'll just blend in with the shadows like you were never there or something, like Assassin's Creed type or whatever, right? Like Hitman, Agent 47, there was nobody there. There was no such thing as that, not a trace, that kind of introverted thing in a sense. And I've really been trying to push myself to be more sociable. Yes, to also have a new girlfriend eventually down the road and everything, but more importantly, to have more friends and to work on being more social and my social skills and everything. And I'm still not really the greatest at it. The only thing I can get up to personally with me is just the small talk, and that's really about it. I can't really go any further, nor do I really try to be pushy to seem weird or whatever. But that's the only thing I can really do, and really working towards being a lot more sociable. And yeah, sure, it may seem like a weird goofy kind of thing to like work on, like especially with extroverts or whatever. Like, what the hell do you mean being more sociable? Like, it's not that hard. For me, it's a mixed bag. Like I said, it's easy to do small talk and everything, and it's not like I can't be sociable. I currently, hell, I'm being sociable right here, right now with this video here and uploading it and everything. That's in a way of me being sociable, but to really get into the meat or the, the characters or whatever per se, to learn hobbies and dislikes and likes and why they are the way they are and beliefs. Some of the more deeper stuff that you get into when you start to know a person a bit more. That's still pretty hard for me to do, but I am working towards that. And I feel like, so I want to get to my whole point of view on why I'm making this video here and how I ultimately feel with Valentine's Day. And I feel like this honestly helps, at least for me, a lot better than the normal stereotype thing of Valentine's Day or Hooves and Hearts Day. So obviously Valentine's Day, folks, you know what it's about. It's about love. It's about your spouse, relationship, that very special someone, some pony, your other half, your twin flame, your freaking yin to your yang, whichever, the other half of you. And I feel like a lot of time in society, we focus a lot on, hey, gosh, how you doing? But anyway, I feel like we focus too much, basically, on the mate thing. The mate thing, the boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, relationship thing. And I feel like overall, instead of looking at it as whether or not you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, a lover interest, and it's the best holiday ever, or you don't and you're lonesome like me and it's like the freaking worst holiday ever. I think instead, maybe we should look towards the overall connections that we have with people, because that's the underlining core with relationship, not relation, yeah, relationship, but there's like different aspects towards it. Like, for instance, I love my dog Ghost over here. He just walked right in here. Hey, Ghost. How you doing? He's legit my best friend. He's the sweetest boy ever. Huh, Ghost? Yeah, aren't you the sweetest, huh, Ghost? Okay, now you can go along now, Ghost. You can go along. Unless you're asking for something. But anyway, there's like different aspects, towards love. Like, for instance, I love James very much. He's very much a brother to me, or sister, whichever. He's practically family to me, pretty much. Now, when I say I love him, I don't like love him. Like, I don't lust over him. I don't get that switch per se, with him. But I do care about him extremely deeply, and I think he feels the same way too, to an extent. Of course, not like extreme, like, you get these folks what I'm getting at, not to like the extreme of like doing the birds and the bees kind of deal, but as a caring thing, and that they just want what's best for me kind of deal. Obviously, Jamie or James, they love Mandy very much. It's practically, they're practically partners and everything. You know what I mean? There's different aspects of love, is what I'm trying to get at here. For instance, I love my dog Ghost. He's one of my best friends. Practically, he's the sweetest boy. There's different tiers and aspects of love, and I personally love you folks very much for, supporting me and, not just leaving likes and comments and, subscribing and everything, but also just the overall genuine support, the overall knowing that I know you folks will, stick with me through thick and thin, watch my videos or don't. It's overall nice to me that I now have, well, not the biggest, it's nice that I have this little community here and that I can provide content that you folks enjoy and that I can, in return, not only continue to give you content that I know you all will enjoy and love, but also sprinkle in something different from time to time, and how you folks, well, not as big or whatever, we're still look into it here and there. It's something that I generally like because I said it before and I'll say it again in the past that I don't like just copy and pasting the same type of videos over and over again. I mean, I don't mind doing it here and there from time to time, but I always like to add some kind of freshness towards it. And it's something I've always done, even as a heavy gamer and everything way up in the past. I would have like a rotation seasonal thing of like a number set kind of thing. Like, okay, I've done this many videos on horror games. Let's change it to action or story driven or this or that, whatever. I always like to have something a bit fresh to the table instead of just copy and pasting the same thing over and over and over and over again. Even if you folks love it, because for me, I like to personally, and it just may be my thing, but I personally like to, you know, always have something a bit different here and there instead of just the same copy and paste. Because then I feel like it gets samey, and if it gets samey, then it gets boring, and if it gets boring, then there's not much of a reason to really watch or to really be invested in it, even if you folks love it, because it's just I just like to have freshness overall. I like to have something a bit different here and there, and to just add a bit of spark, a bit of challenge, if you will, and it's something that I always like. Um, it does suck overall that I don't have a girlfriend. Personally, it really does. Um, I still wish I had a girlfriend. Don't get me wrong. Um, I still sometimes wish I was back with my girlfriend Kayla personally, but she did what she did, and I just wasn't gonna put up with it anymore. I've taken her for 3 years, and nothing really changed. And I personally think she just didn't really understood where she was really at or where we were at and everything, and it overall sucked. I still wish the best for her and everything, and that she's happy and whatnot. I don't hate her, but I'm extremely discouraged with her, and there has been some moments I've noticed in the little community here. I'm not trying to point fingers or anything here, but I've had taken notice to where some folks clearly have a liking to me, and what I'm overall trying to get at here, I know I've rambled here and everything, but what my overall point is here with this video here is that instead of looking at whether or not you have a spouse or not, a lover, a fiance, or whatever, instead of looking at whether or not you have that special somebody or not, instead look at the overall connections that you have with people in your life. Because, like, with me personally, I said before in this video here already, I am single, but it's it gives a more positive feel, I feel, when I look at how good of a connection me and James have. Not a relationship connection, he has that with Mandy already, but how much of a good connection me and James have, or me and Mecca, or us, you the viewer and me the YouTuber or whatever. Just the overall connections that you have in life, the things you care about or the things you love. That's what I feel like is overall a better alternative to look at on Valentine's Day. And while would it be nice to have a spouse or girlfriend? Absolutely, it would. I would love to have someone I know that can have my back and that can cherish me and everything. And yeah, I know James already has that for me and everything and whatnot. But there's something different with a lover, and I think personally we get too caught up in either ourselves or we just get too tangled up with the whole expectation in society and everything. For me personally, I still want a girlfriend. I still want family eventually down the road, long down the road and everything. But for me personally, I'm kind of fine being single, honestly. It would really be nice, but I'm at that point in my life where I'm just not worried about it because the only thing I'm mainly focused on my life is being independent and being able to live on my own, cover my own rent, and you know, being able to work a lot more and just being able to be on my own 2 feet one day. That's the main goal I'm focusing on right now. Not really finding a lover or anything. And I have really tried, and I'm still going to try to be extremely social, and really try to connect with folks and everything. And I think a lot of the times what we tend to miss out on is that we tend to focus on the more title kind of thing or tier role or whatever of girlfriend and boyfriend rather than how good the connection in of itself actually is. I'm not going to point fingers here or say or anything, but I do know that some folks do really take a liking to me. Like, I know that they think I'm handsome and everything, which is nice and all, except when you overblow it with that one incident that happened last year. I'm not going to say who or whatever, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. With the not safe for work art and shit, the birds and the bees and shit. Yeah, that whole thing that was a whole wild card there, folks. And I think that's when you enter the yandere level, as I would per se, where you praise someone so damn much that it not only does it become overbloated and overloaded, but it turns on its head completely to, well, that's not what the person actually is, and you set up false expectations or whatever, when reality, I'm just like an average Joe or whatever. But anyway, as I tried to I've noticed that as I tried to discuss with some folks about and not like recently or anything, but like over time, I would try to discuss with some folks, and they would say that they wish they had a lover or that they're down about having a recent breakup and everything, and that overall sucks too, because I've been there myself. I had to cut the cord with me and my ex. But it seems that they were more focused primarily on like the whole title in of itself. Like now things can accelerate because we're boyfriend and girlfriend or lovers or whatever. But with me, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like it's overall the connection that we have rather than entitlement of if they're your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your lover, interest, or whatever. Because honestly, I feel like as I get older and everything, that friendship is the better ship than relationship in of itself, because there's not as much expectation or whatever per se. There's not as much high stakes or whatever, and there still could be in the friendship boat, whatever I'm trying to say, but like it's less extreme or something. And also, I'm trying to say, folks, is that at the end of the day, don't be too down or too discouraged if you don't have a lover today on Valentine's Day or whatever. Because what's overall more important to me, I find, is that it's overall friendship that really matters rather than an actual relationship or love. Because me personally, while I definitely will love having a relationship and I don't and I still want one and everything. If it turns out that it's just friendship that carries me over in life, then sometimes that's all I can really ask for at the end of the day. And while it would be nice to have a spouse and relationship, a girlfriend and everything, my own doe per se, for mating season or whatever, the only thing that I can really carry over and just be overall most grateful for is just the friends that I have, and I feel like having this outlook on Valentine's Day is overall better than whether or not you have a girlfriend or something. Because, look, I get it. I'm low some myself. I'm single. I hate being single. But I feel like if you just look at the connections that you have in life, it's overall better than whether or not you have a love. And maybe my time may come to, well, that special someone or some pony, whatever the hell may come in my life, or it may never happen. But I'm not gonna, you know, be dreadful on it or try to seek it really personally because I've already got everything already kind of need other than better social skills personally and another friend or two here and there. I've pretty much got everything I really need. You know, I got a best friend here and there, you know, that I stay in contact with. I have a best friend that will like practically even more family members, Luna, and I've freaking known him since I was like 8 or 9 years old, you know, and we have a great solid connection there, and we're not in a relationship or anything, but we are like partners, you know, brothers practically, you know, cousins. So overall, don't be too discouraged or sad if you don't have a lover in your life because what's overall more important, folks, is the overall social connection that we have with each other and that you have in your life rather than an actual hard someone and everything, you know. Because, like, you know, look at us, you know, as a small community here and everything. I know you folks watch my content. I know you folks mainly love my videos and everything. And I know you folks always crave the horror AUs mainly. And it's nice to see, honestly, it's nice to see to me that whenever I do something a bit different or when I talk about my feelings, that you folks are open enough and supportive and everything. I feel like that there personally is what makes the whole overall love thing, you know, in my heart personally. Not having a special someone or spouse, but rather the connection that you have with people in your life. One last thing that I want to say to you folks real quick before I end this video because I know this video is kind of long and I'm just rambling my mouth off and everything. It's also important to love yourself too as well and everything. And my life may not be perfect, but I really couldn't ask for a better one personally. I have a gaming computer that's awesome and that I love. I have good internet connection. I have a roof over my head. You know, I have some good money and everything. And it's also important to treat yourself because I got this for myself personally because I just feel good to treat myself. If you don't know what Jersey Mike subs is, pretty much it's like Jimmy John's or Subway, but a trillion times better. And I decided to get myself the number 13, the Italian. Shit, I didn't mean for that to happen. Sorry. But yeah, it's important to. I don't want to make too much noise here. But it's important to give yourself some love, you know, and to treat yourself. And this is my way of treating myself today, I guess. May not have veggies or anything. It may not be as healthy, but you know what? Freaking A on these guys. Gotta love them. And of course, I got the giant because you can't go out without a giant. But anyway, folks, all I'm trying to say and get at with this video here is look at the connections you have with people in your life and look at, you know, the overall connections you have. Even with a YouTuber like me, I personally have my own set of YouTubers that I watch that I love enjoying watching and everything, even if they don't personally know me in the same way or whatever. I do have that sort of quote, not really connection, but you know, that overall type of thing to where I know that if I see a notification on their channel or whatever that I'm likely gonna watch it because I overall enjoy the content on the channel here. And if that's how it is with me, with some of you folks, then that's perfectly fine with me. You know, there's nothing wrong with spreading joy and everything, even if you don't know, you know, a personal connection between the creator that you watch and the creator itself, knowing you as the audience. But overall, you know, look at the connections you have in life and, you know, look at the joy that certain people give you and everything, even people like me, even if I'm not in your personal life, like in person or nearby or whatever. And also treat yourself, you know, love yourself, you know, maybe get a game that you've been seeking out and looking for that you've had for a while, whether it's on sale or not. Get yourself a treat or something. Get some, I don't know, friend, you know, just make it a mini celebration in of yourself. This here with this sandwich here and everything is a way of my celebration and my personal self love and everything. Because while, yes, it would be nice to have a lover, a girlfriend, and everything, my own special doll per se, it's also nice to just, you know, yeah, it sucks, but it's also nice to just, you know, like not worry about it too much. Just enjoy the holiday for what it is, you know. If anything, you can at least love yourself, you know. You know, there's always something I feel that's, you know, that can be something good or positive in someone's life. And even if your life sucks or it's complete shit or whatever, you know, right now, at least you're alive, you know. I feel like that's personally the greatest gift more than anything personally. At least you're alive. At least your memories are intact and nothing's all confusing. You don't have dementia or Alzheimer's or some shit. You know, or amnesia, you know, at least you're here and you're healthy or alive at least. You know, there's always something positive to look at, even if it seems like there's nothing really positive to see. There's always something to at least try to be happy about, even if it's the smallest thing. Because at the end of the day, I feel that the smallest bit of love or care or joy, the smallest bit of light can outshine any massive ocean of darkness. At least that's my personal view and take on it. But anyway, folks, I've gone over ahead of myself and everything. Overall, just love yourself and take care of yourself and everything. I've mainly been relaxing all day and just been chilling myself pretty much. Been playing some video games and everything and just been, you know, just having a good, wholesome time with myself and everything. But anyway, folks, that's pretty much it for this video here. I do have work tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to have any videos up until at least Sunday or Monday. But anyway, that's pretty much it with this video here, folks. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe for more. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so your folks don't miss out on a future video or post I make in the future. And that you can always be, excuse me, that you can always be kept up to date with the channel with this website. And lastly, if you have any requests or suggestions that you want me to do or a video that you want me to make on or whatever, feel free to tell me down in the comments below and I will do whatever I can to fulfill the wish. I am no genie, but I will try to be. So with all of that said and out of the way, thank you folks all so much for watching. And, I already said all of that. I was going to repeat myself. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all sooner or later. Bye bye, everyone.